family. Welcome back to my channel, Awaken Butterfly Readings. Much love to you all. Much love to my subscribers. Welcome back. As you see, I'm decided. I know I said I was not going to revisit this case again, and I have my reasons. Um, I really just want to do my part as far as trying to be of service for the family's sake um, to help. Okay. But what I don't like about this case, let me just say this. Well, hold on real quick. Today is August the 12th, 2020. Let me just say that. So anyway, what I don't like about this case, okay, it is a rabbit hole, okay? And what I don't like about rabbit holes, just when you think you know what's going on, you're still clueless, okay? And a rabbit hole it can really end up in a cold case. Let me just say that. Um, Just the simple fact that in my last reading, let me just say this real quick, family. Hold on. Cover up. The word cover up popped up, okay? This right here was my last. Now, I stated that I wasn't going to revisit this reading, and the main reason was because when I saw the card that popped up, and many of you know I shuffled the cards and everything. And I was led by the spirit to stop on certain cards. Now, when the cover up card popped up, I think about rabbit holes, and I explained to you what a rabbit hole case is. All right, you're dealing with corruption, okay, from a high level, okay, well, a high level where it could be, government related, to where it can be dealing with, corrupt cops, to where it can be, dealing with government as far as military, someone who has a military background, just anyone that's in a high position, period. um, these are people who, I'm sure, like many of you know, they're always a step ahead. They're always a step ahead, and just when you think they always keep their tracks covered, okay, because they're always a step ahead. And you wonder how in the world this must be somebody on the inside. So anyway, what I want to real quick, I want to go back over some of those cards. Because like I told you, when I use my missing deck ratings, I may be open to the spirit. A lot of things come out, even with other cases. So a lot of times I reflect, I look back on them, and I meditate, and I'm able to narrow it down, which cards are actually speaking from the perspective of Susan, okay? Of Suzanne Morphew. Now, real quick, many of you remember one of the cards had popped up, said creating false distraction. Well, what happened? You saw on the news. You saw them showing you on the news the bike, okay? According to them, she was on the bike and, you know, somebody could have taken her, all right? And I guess threw the bike down the ravine, over the cliff and all of that. But it's no signs, no shoes, no signs of any kind of shoe prints or anything, not even her scent. Okay, that was there. The point I'm trying to make is that's creating a false distraction. Okay, but that card popped up, and I really didn't really get why that card would pop up, but I get it now. This is somebody that's trying to keep people off their tracks, okay? Trying to create a false narrative. Let me just say that. So many of you remember, if you go back to that reading I did, it said creating false distraction. That card popped up. The spirit's trying to tell you something. Then the card wife popped up. We know that's relating to Suzanne. Then the card popped up that said motive for money, okay? I know now, we all know, okay, she comes from money. Her and her husband has a business together, okay? Another card popped up that said family member. Well, a family member can be her husband, um, or any other family. Let me just say that. Also, a card that popped up that said military background. Who has a military background? Just saying, okay? Um, Another car popped up that said within 5 miles from home. I'm not finished yet, family. Have ears to hear. Okay, then another car popped up that said, watch the company you keep, slash, you know, business relations. Okay, now it didn't say slash. I think it did say. I think it did say slash business relations. But if it didn't, I'm going to say it. Watch the company you keep. Okay, and this also can be slash business relations. Okay, just we think you know people, you don't really know them. Okay, as far as the true motive, why they're around you. Okay, or what the true intentions is. Now, all of this was on the first row, okay? And then other cars popped up. Oh, let me say this real quick. Now, the fact that I said a car popped up that said, watch the company you keep slash business relations, who was Susan and her husband Barry in business with? Okay? You got to keep all this stuff in mind, all right? Who knew them, okay? Who were they in business with? Okay. Um, then we go down, and then a car popped up saying illegal transactions. Okay. So that could be, somebody paying somebody off. All right. Or illegal transaction due to business. A lot of people have upfront business to where they're doing a lot of legal things behind the scenes, but their main business is like a front. Okay. Hint, a front. Okay. Illegal transactions. All right. Then I had like two cards that popped up saying the same thing. Said that she was buried. So that's confirmation that she's deceased, okay, allegedly. Then a card popped up that said a body buried near suspect home land. Now I'm trying to get somewhere, but I want many people to think outside the box. A car popped up that said body buried near suspect home property land. Now, many of you might say, well, it could be buried in Suzanne home. They have a huge property, true. Or it could be the suspect home, okay? But we have to figure out who the suspect is, all right? Then a car popped up that said roommate clueless, okay? In my spirit, I truly feel like that car was speaking about Suzanne, okay? Suzanne and Barry have two daughters. I sense that their daughters are clueless. So when it says roommate clueless, it can be their daughters because their daughters live in the home as well. So their daughters could be clueless. They might not have anything to do with it. All right. And as I stated, a card popped up that said buried underground. Now another card popped up that said something about cross boundaries. Okay. Now let me say this real quick. Um, what comes to mind with this is whoever Suzanne and her husband Barry were in business with. Let me just say that, okay? That person could have been infatuated with her, okay? They could have been infatuated with her family, and sometimes people will cross boundaries, all right? Let me just say that, okay? And so happens, you know, according to the media, okay, they're saying Barry was saying the last time he saw her was Sunday morning on Mother's Day, and he left at 5 a.m. Okay, but a friend of hers said she last communicated with her that I believe that Saturday evening or that night. I think it was texting. Okay, and all of a sudden the text was stop. But still, by her being home by herself, there's no witness. So I'm sensing within she was not on that bike. I sense within, I'm sensing that she was at home, okay, when this incident had happened. I'm sensing that she was at home when this incident happened, and it was somebody that she knew. It was somebody that she knew that was in business with them, okay? The key word is something dealing with business, family. I don't know if she, came across something that's due to some illegal transaction because her husband has a business together. Okay, a lot of times the wives let the husband deal with the paperwork and all of that. You know, but I'm just throwing some scenarios out there. But I sense that she was home when this happened because I had time to reflect and meditate on it. I don't sense that she was on a bike. Okay, that's a decoy. Okay, this is somebody who's real smart and calculating, and they are covering their tracks. Okay, They know also that she's known to, ride her bike, and exercise. They took that bike and threw it over the ravine, okay? It most likely had gloves on. That's why, I'm sure no fingerprints. Anyway, follow me now, follow me. So a car popped up that said no witness, of course, because she was at home and it was somebody that she knew. She may not knew him, but she knew of them, okay? And then a call popped up that said a company involved in crime, corruption, secrets. Okay, you get it? That's part of a cover up too, secrets. I also said that her husband was blackmail as well. I'm not saying that it's the suspect, but somebody knew of his dealings. Let me just say that, okay? Um, because I truly feel like the company that she and her husband had was a smokescreen, okay? Not saying that she had anything to do with it, but it was other stuff that was going on uh, that behind the scenes that was considered as corruption. Let me just say that, okay? Because think about it. I mean, we think about what he's a firefighter. Um, and I forgot what else they say he does. Well, he does like a contract work or whatever. I guess they make good money, but him and her was living really really good. So you have to wonder, what else was he doing? As far as business related, for them to create that kind of wealth. Just saying. Now I'm just throwing some scenarios out there. But the company popped up. Company involved in crime, corrupt slash secrets. Okay, I'll just do a cover up. Then the cover up card popped up. Okay, then the card popped up that said motive for money. Okay, the motive was for money, murdered for money. So I don't know why would they want to kill her. I mean, murder her allegedly for money. Unless it's dealing with life insurance. I'm not sure about all of that. Okay, but I'm sensing that. Um, Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Um, I sense that her nephew, okay, that has spoken up, about his aunt. I sense that no family member was involved. I don't sense that the nephew was involved. Let me just say that, okay? Um, do I sense that her husband actually murdered her? Okay, actually physically murdered her. I don't sense that he actually murdered her. Okay, and do not stone the messenger. I have a right to what I'm picking up in the spirit. Okay, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Now, I do sense that he may know the person, okay, that has taken his wife. Okay. Now, many of you might say, well, maybe he was in cahoots with them, with the person. He could have been in cahoots, okay, allegedly. Her husband could have been in cahoots with the person, all right, because the card did pop up said the motive was for money, but I don't sense that her husband physically took her out. A card also popped up that said, that she was drugged, okay? Or she was, well, they say poison, but another card said something about drug, somehow somebody put something in her drink, but the key word is drugs, okay? And that's one of the ways they were able to take her out without her kicking and screaming, all right? Um, Other cards popped up and said that she was moved to another location. So what I'm sensing is she was drugged, could have been syringe, but she was drugged, and that's how they were able to take her out quietly, okay, out of her home and move her to another location. I truly sense that the other location was the suspect home. Now, let's get to the suspect. Who is the suspect? This is the kicker. This is a cover up. Let me just say that. This is a rabbit hole. Let me just say that. I feel like the only way that they are going to really be able to, family, get to what really happened to Suzanne is get outside help, get the FBI involved. I say that because I feel like this is an inside job. I sense that a dirty cop is involved, okay? And that's the only reason I did not want to touch this case, okay? Because it's very iffy, and I don't care for cases like this, all right? Who this person is, I don't know. But imagine if they get somebody on the outside to come in, all right, and check the officer's home, okay, check their property because it says that she buried on the property of the suspect, okay, and who would ever think? Who would ever think? Okay, a officer could be involved. Let me just say that. Okay, many people who have companies. Okay, many people. Um, they are doing a lot of let me just say, illegal transaction and crime, a lot of times they will end up getting with a dirty cop, somebody who's down with, a little side gig job, to help or whatever, to keep them from getting in trouble. You know what I'm talking about, okay? That's the kind of case this is. Let me just say that. All right, and I'm not going to stay on this case that long. This time, I'm definitely not going to touch this case again. I just want to give many of you my findings, but Q, won't you just, call the hotline? Q, won't you just, call, and let it be known what you know? No, ma'am. No, sir. This is a rabbit hole and it can be very dangerous. If many of you want to call, feel free, but I would suggest you do that because this right here is one of those cases. For one thing, they're not going to be looking at their own. Let me just say that. That's the farthest thing that they would do is think of one of their own could be involved. Because I do sense that if it is two partners, okay, I do sense that her husband did not actually take her out, allegedly, but I do sense that if he was involved, he had a partner, and that partner in crime, shall I say, is somebody that they are in business with. So common sense, all the authorities got to do is you find out who all, dig deep in their files and their records and find out um, who all that her husband knows, okay, as far as his business relations, But I feel like it's gonna be hard for them to get that out of her husband because I feel like, he could be blackmailed due to the things he's being involved with, okay, illegally. Let me just say that. I hope I gave maybe something to think about. Like I know when you start, digging deep in cases like this, sometimes, you know, well, when you dig too deep in the rabbit hole, sometimes it can be very dangerous. So, family, please keep that in mind. I do say maybe, seek out an FBI agent to get involved and to get them to do the thorough background checks on these officers, okay? Um, and get to where they can check out their property. That's all I have to say. But yeah, long as they keep focusing on the husband only, no, it's somebody else involved. It's somebody else involved. And I truly feel like, instead of them just holding her for whatever reason, they just took it to a whole nother level, okay? And pretty much, drugged her, had their way with her, moved her from the house to another location and just took her out because she knew them. She knew of them, but she knew them. She's seen them before because it's dealing with business relations. Okay, that was the key word that came out. All right, their motive was for money. Company involved in crime/corruption, secrets. Okay, cover up. Okay, no witness. Okay, look at that area. It's surrounded by trees and all of this, and the homes are not that close together. Body buried near suspect home/property, and also within 5 miles popped up. So who did the husband know? What kind of business did they have? As far as did they have more than one business together? You know, um, did she have life insurance, and if she did, how much? The point is motive for money. Period. Okay, maybe from the husband end allegedly, but like I said, if he did have a partner, the partner was the one that pretty much did the cleanup job. Okay, this is what I'm sensing. The partner was the one that did the cleanup job. Okay, so the husband saying that he was somewhere else. Well, he has an alibi. Okay, no matter what, he has an alibi. But still, I feel like the partner that's the one that did the cleanup job. Shall I say? Okay, so I'm through this case. When I say I'm through this case, I'm through with this case. Um, yeah, I'm through this case. But I thank you all for watching. And like I say, y'all can call all y'all want, y'all decide y'all want to, but let me just say this real quick. They're not going to really be checking for their own unless one officer really take many of you seriously and listen to you and, actually, do some background on their fellow officers. But then you have to realize who you're talking to because you really don't know which officer it could be. Okay? Let me just say that. Peace and love to you all. Thank you for watching. And please know the Spirit realm knows all things. And I do pray that she will be found. But if they don't seek diligently, I mean, like truly seek diligently, they're not going to find her. Okay? But With God, all things are possible. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.